Shalom, shalom. Thanks for checking out this video on hoarding. And if we're hoarders, look at that pile of stuff we got there behind my beautiful wife, Mary. She's been my wife for 20 plus years now, but that's not this video. That pile of stuff, a couple months ago, that pile of stuff is no longer in our living room. Our living room's got a new pile of stuff with new stuff in it. That stuff has all been either sold or put onto trailers or in a storage and bins. We have a little storage shed out in our yard. It's not a big storage unit. We don't have major storage units that we spend. Our overhead monthly is close to zero, if not zero. A little bit of maintenance on our trailer we have to do. It'd be nice to have some clothing racks set up. So we go to the flea market. The flea markets, we found a busy flea market by us. We do good. If we don't go every week, we do better. But if we go every once a month or so, we do pretty good. We can make at least a couple $100 on a Sunday morning, afternoon. This morning it was cold and it started raining, so I got out of there quick. You can see, look at that sign. Look at all this stuff that she gets at for pennies. Pennies. All this stuff that she gets for pennies. We bring it to the flea market and we sell it for half, less than half, up to half. Clothing $1, $2. Some of the stuff from Walmart's a little more than that. You know, some of the Reebok stuff that she's gotten from Walmart. So this is how we don't become hoarders, that we don't just let this stuff pile up. We have a 5-bedroom house, but it's not very big. It's a small 5-bedroom. The square footage is a double wide. So the square footage of this house is not very big at all. We don't have a lot of space. There's a lot of bedrooms, but there's smaller bedrooms, and there's just not a lot of space. We don't have the luxury of holding on to this stuff for a long time. This pile got to the size where we kind of had to go to the flea market to get rid of it, more than a necessity to make some money. And these last couple of weeks have been kind of a necessity to make some money. Other business and stuff has been slow, so the flea market's been what we use. Look at this. All this stuff is name brand stuff. It's all new. But we can't just hold on to it. You know, that would not be good. That would make us hoarders. And if you are a Dollar General penny shopper like my wife, or you've been to some remodels and gained a considerable amount of stuff, what do y'all do with it? Like, how do y'all get rid of it? Like, Facebook Marketplace has slowed down. I don't know if there's problems on Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace has slowed down. Every once in a while, we see some small resellers at the flea markets that we go to, but not very many, and certainly not with the amount of stuff that we have. We'd go to a flea market and sometimes we could make a couple $1,000s. It just depends on the amount of people that are walking by and the sales that we're having and things like that. The people that are bringing bags and bags and bags of clothing out of our sales. And then a lot of that too, in the first 2 hours or so at a flea market, you'll find that it's a lot of wholesalers. A lot of the vendors are walking around. It's not very busy right first thing in the morning. That first hour or so after sunup, if you got your stuff set up and you got good prices, like you just want to get rid of stuff, like if you just want to wholesale stuff, like your yard sale wholesale stuff where you just want to sell it and at a fraction of what it's worth, of course they're wholesale, of course that's what they're looking for. You'll be done within an hour. You'll have all your stuff sold. The wholesaler, and I don't know if they talk. I've seen things go up and down the flea market. I've sold a lawnmower, and one old guy sold it to another old guy, and he sold it to another old guy, who sold it to a guy that eventually bought a weed eater that they all thought was too expensive, but that the guy that bought the lawnmower that I had sold earlier in that morning bought from me. And it's just the kind of the way it goes in the flea market. But we don't want to be hoarders. We're looking for new ways and for other stuff too. If you got a pile of stuff, maybe we can help you get rid of some of this stuff. If you're a penny shopper or you've done some remodels and you just want to get rid of the pile so you can start fresh. Like sometimes, before we started doing the flea market stuff and our piles weren't too big and the stuff we were getting, we weren't bringing back carloads of stuff almost every time. We would empty it out. We would donate it, whatever we had to do, give it away, just to not have the we don't have the space. It's already the space in our living room is really, really limited. So We just don't have the space, which is a good thing. It's a blessing. And then we can make sure that we're getting this stuff out. Look at that. And shoes, we have bins. So we have invested in some nice black, those nice 27-gallon black storage totes with the yellow lids, the heavy duty ones, which is a good investment. We do need some clothes racks and some other ways. We're looking for other ways to sell, like they're Hanes underwear, brand name stuff. But we can't just sit on this stuff. We have to sell it. So we have to sell it. That's work. So Mary enjoys going out and getting the stuff. She's out penny shopping right now. We were at the flea market today. It's almost 6:30 in the evening, and she's still out penny shopping. She might not get home much before 10:30 tonight, depending on how things are going. And she could fill up the rest of her car with brand new stuff today. She did it once this week already. So anyways, that's what it is. If you've watched this video this long, thank you. We can't express our gratitude for your love and support for our family. Reach out, leave a comment. The likes and comments. If you haven't subscribed, if you found a little bit of value in this, maybe curiosity, you can subscribe, and we can work on doing better videos in the future. Thank you all so much. Thank you.